Well, hello, Facebook. How's it going? It's been a while, or I shouldn't just say Facebook. I should also say LinkedIn and the other places that we post these videos and YouTube. But anyway, this is Angela Hooper-Menifield of Menifield Associates with your HR moment. So, it's been a couple of days since we did a video. Things have been pretty hectic, but hectic in a good way. I officially started my presidency with my BNI group yesterday, and today we had our first meeting. It went really well. So I'm drawing on the skills and abilities that I teach supervisors and using the same thing on how to, build a team, how to get the team to work together and work collaboratively. Because I will only be as successful as we are collectively. So I need my team and I appreciate my team. And so that is one of the core things a supervisor has to do, right? So just wanted you to know that I'm modeling those tips that I give you. So today's topic is to talk a little bit about being rule focused. And I say that and even smile when I bring it up because I am high rule, high policy. If you know anything about DISC behavioral assessments, I am that person. I tell people when I'm commenting to them, hey, I'm really high C. So what that means is I ask a lot of questions. I want to know what the regulations say, the rules say, because I want to be in compliance. One of my fears is to be wrong, and while I'm wrong, often I don't want to know that I'm wrong and do the wrong thing, if you know what I'm saying. So as a result of that, I'm very rule focused. But at the same time, as much as I love rules, I appreciate it when we see an obstacle in a rule and we approach it with the mindset of how can we get this done? So often when people bring up new ideas, opportunities, suggestions, the people in the room begin to list all the reasons why it won't work. Well, no, we can't do it because of that, and no, it won't work because of that. And what we do is a couple of things. Number one, we stifle creativity because people who have fresh and new ideas, they're not going to bring them up. Why would they? They hear us bashing the ideas of the people who spoke up before they did, right? So they're not going to speak up. But the other thing it feels very limiting and it ties your hand. And as a manager or supervisor, when you go to someone on your team, specifically an HR-esque person, and you say, hey, I want to hire this person, I want to do this and I want to do that. What they don't want as a response is, yeah, but we can't do that because. Now, I am not suggesting that we break rules, because again, I'm not built that way anyway. But what I am suggesting is, can we approach this instead of saying what we cannot do? How about we talk about what we can do? So it follows the model of, the customer service training I've been exposed to, and I teach, teams about, saying, instead of saying no, say, well, let me tell you what I can do. And so when, again, same scenario, a manager, leader, entrepreneur, business owner, CEO, it doesn't matter. They come and they say, hey, I want to hire this person, or I want to make this purchase, I want to do this conference, whatever the thing is. Can you say, while I don't think we can pay it forward perhaps with these type of funds, let me see if there's some other funds that would justify this purchase. Or while we can't bring them on directly, let me see if there is a way we could bring this person on. Or perhaps, no, we can't have it on these dates, but maybe with this much notice and planning and approval, we can do it this way. Think about the energy shift, right? So now you just went from being the person that's like, nope, we can't do it. No, we can't do it. It's against the rules. No, we can't do it. And yes, I have worked with people who did it just like that. To say, that's really a great idea. So let me look at the regulations, see what we can and cannot do, and see if there's a way to get this done and to do so within the confines of our regulations. I promise you, if you adopt this mindset and start responding to requests in a way that's more collaborative, supportive, it feels like in this moment we're on the same team versus Here I am coming to your door asking for something, and you're the adversary to tell me all the reasons why I can't have it. Nobody wants that in a relationship. I'm just telling you. Nobody wants that, right? So, think about how you can serve within the confines of the regulations, but still help those, with the purpose, the vision, the mission, who are trying to carry out the objectives of the organization. You can still help them reach those goals. Because if you're not helping them reach those goals, then they may begin to question, what is your value to the team, and you may not even realize it, but you're the person that people are saying, oh, well, Angela's going to be really negative. Well, all she's going to do is tell us no. And I know that's not our intent, and no one likes to be referred to in a way that's not accurate or positive. But that's what it feels like to be on the other side of that. It's just like how kids feel sometimes with parents if they're like, no, no, no. I mean, they don't even remember the times you said yes because you say no so much. And so it's just something to think about. So again, as a supervisor or as someone who reports to a supervisor, because we still all work for people, right? This is a policy and or practical tip that can work at whatever level you are at. And that is finding out a way to give people some of the things that they want. Now, you may be wondering, well, what was the trigger for this today? Well, I've been listening on the sports channels, that's what's in the background when I'm working. And they're talking about, California passing the Pay for Play Act, or whatever it's called, where athletes can no longer be denied the opportunity to make money off of their image or their persona. And of course the NCAA, some of these ADs, athletic directors and commissioners, people are talking about all the reasons why it won't work. And as I'm listening to this, I'm just thinking to myself, man, I know how that feels to have a great idea or want to move in a different direction and have people tell you what you can't do instead of telling you what you can do. And so there was just this part of me that just really wished, instead of everybody talking about how it won't work, that if we could come to the table and figure out how to make it work, right? Because that's where the collaboration is, that's where the teamwork is, that's where the buy-in is. So again, if you've been that person on the team that always talks about, well, the rule says we can't do this and we can't do that, can you tone that down? And again, I'm not suggesting you break the rules, but what I am suggesting is that you try to figure out what you can do and support the objectives of the organization. Now again, I must be perfectly clear. I don't condone anything that's illegal, immoral, or unethical. So, needless to say, we're not talking about those things, but just as a qualifier, I'll put that out there. I'm specifically talking about when people are looking to, leaders and managers, they're just trying to be creative. They want to get it done. Most of them are like, just get it done. I don't care how you do it, just do it. And those of us who are in the more HR phases, supportive roles, and we have to carry out those actions, we should always approach it with looking at the rules, the regulations, making sure we're in compliance, but also figuring out what do we need to do to make this happen. So we don't want to be so rule focused that people hate to come to us to get assistance because they figure we're going to say no, and that we're just, the voice of negativity versus, let me see what I can do. Because guess what? There will be sometimes the answer is no, but people will appreciate how you approached it so much more if you could just tweak the way you respond. So anyway, that's our HR moment for today, Wednesday, October 2nd, 2019. I want to thank those of you who jumped on the interview I did Monday on Business Talk Radio. It was a pretty cool experience. It went really fast. It was an 8-minute interview, and I felt like it was a 2-minute interview. So good thing I was prepared. I'm headed to Atlantic City. Right now, I will be presenting twice tomorrow morning at the Garden State Employment and Training Association's conference. So I'm going tonight because it's always been my MO to be there on the scene versus getting up in the morning and driving, even though it's only about 2 hours from where I live. So I have one presentation at 8:30 and a second one at 11:30, I believe. So 2 90-minute workshops. So I'm really excited. I've done a lot of great work with the state of New Jersey as well as many of the city divisions here in Newark. So I'm excited to have this opportunity. So we may Facebook Live from there tomorrow. So anyway, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.